Slippy-J Sunday coming at you. Alright, another TwoSun. And this is a NightMorning design. This is TS164-UP. And I believe the upgrade here is probably the kind of millwork on the blade spine there, because almost everything else looks about the same. So this guy's pretty interesting. We have titanium handles going on here. And yeah, they've been kind of black oxidized finished, and then kind of tumbled, so you get kind of that black wash or smoke wash or working finish or whatever you kind of want to call that, which looks pretty darn good. Also goes for the clip that this one actually has on it. That's a fairly deep carry, a little bit more than you know, a standard otherwise kind of pocket clip sort of thing going on there. The blade spring on this thing is actually a little bit proud of the scales there, which is, yeah, that's a little bit different. I haven't really seen that. It's nicely crowned, so I don't really have any comfort complaints going on there. And we do have a little lanyard loop going on here in the back. So yeah, something that is interesting is they have this milled out section here. Almost looks like you could probably use it as a bottle opener if you were careful. But yeah, that is due to kind of the top of the blade spring there. So yeah, it does have a definite half stop, which you can actually see very easily there. And yeah, when it's fully extended, that will fully reach into that little crevice there. And yeah, makes it pretty darn comfortable. You got kind of a little bit of a thumb ramp going on up there. You don't really have jimping on the backside, but that's perfectly fine. You do have a forward choil if you would like to use that. I personally don't, but that's, you know, certainly up to you. This one has a very, very pointy blade shape to it, which is, I think, kind of interesting. You certainly don't see something that looks kind of aggressive like that on a slip joint very often. And yeah, I mean, for a lot of tip work and everything like that, works super, super well for a lot of that. This one is an M390 steel. I haven't done a cut test on this one, but I did have to spend a decent amount of time putting the edge that I have on there on it. So, yeah, it's probably going to do a pretty decent job, which is always good. Now, yeah, these handle scales, it is interesting. You can barely see any of the milling because it's so super, super fine, but yeah, it does fan out to a little bit more kind of gription and milling sort of thing going on the backside there. And yeah, they're pretty much contoured with that kind of crease there in the middle just being the pinnacle of the swell on each side. And because of that, this slip joint really, really fills the hand nicely. It's a joy to hold and a joy to use. It looks like it's about 3.5 finger sort of thing there, but you know, very, very secure. And yeah, you can, as I was saying earlier, choke up if you do want just a little bit more length. But as you can see, yeah, you got plenty of length there, even with my larger than normal hands. And this pocket clip does a pretty darn good job of just staying out of the way and being comfortable. It doesn't really have anything protruding or anything like that, and even the back here isn't uncomfortable when you're gripping it with your pinky or anything like that. It's just a really, really nice, well thought out knife. That being said, it does have this pointy tip, and as I would probably suggest, you know, and most people, common sense would kind of kick in, but I wouldn't stab a lot of things with this because, yeah, it's a slip joint. It's not locking. And in this particular case with these, as you can see, you know, you do have a finger choil there, but if it does fold down, it's going to bite you, and it's going to bite you good too. So you might want to be just a little bit careful of that. But, I mean, if you're already looking at a slip joint, you're probably already aware of a lot of those sort of things. This guy is running on Phosphor Bronze washers on the inside here. You can take it apart. I'm not going to do so because it's always always a fun time trying to reassemble these slip joint things here, because you got to be able to bolt them down and then shove the blade in and pry it into place with the back spring and everything like that. So yeah, I certainly won't, but if it needs to, then you can certainly do that. Let's see. We can go ahead and get some measurements going on here. This isn't a super lightweight guy, as you can kind of tell by the contoured titanium scales here, which, let's see if I can't find the flashlight. Here we are. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a skeletonization going out on the inside. Just some pockets scaled out to cut down on just a little bit of weight. But yeah, we got like, what, 2.9 ounces, just a little over that, or just under 82.5 grams. It was a pretty darn good place to be, I think. Let's see. So yeah, you're rocking just under half an inch for the handle at its thickest point, which is the same between the top and the front. They don't really have a distal taper going on there. And we got a, yeah, just shy of a 3-inch blade. So, yeah, we got some pretty good measurements going on there. Oh, let's check the blade stock thickness. That's always a fun one. At least I think it's a fun one. But, yeah, we got basically 3.4. That's essentially what that ended up reading out as. So, not the absolute thinnest blade stock in the world, but this does feel like it can get a little bit more harder use work than, you know, some of the much more slender, gentlemanly kind of knives out there. I really do like the working finish kind of thing that we got going on here. I would like to see it on some more. They do actually have it on some more models. I just haven't really seen them on too many slip joints so far. But yeah, this is definitely a fantastic one, if you can find it for a good price. I finally did, but I did have to wait and keep trying on auctions for probably like 5 or 6 months before I finally picked this guy up. I got this guy for around 50, but I have regularly seen it go for you know, 80 to 90 something dollars. So yeah, for the price that I ended up picking up this thing up for, it's an absolute fantastic deal. You know, in general, TwoSun's M390 might not be the best in the world, but this one is certainly doing a pretty good job. You know, it's very, very serviceable. It doesn't feel super soft. So, yeah, I'm super happy with this guy overall. All right, that's about all I got to say here about the TS164-UP. Other than, yeah, if you can find it, certainly pick this guy up. It is very, very comfortable to hold in the hand. And, you know, because it does have a little bit of weight to it, it gives you a pocket clip, which you also don't see on a whole lot of slip joints. So, alrighty. I appreciate y'all for watching. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Subscribe.